The tiny house industry has exploded in New Zealand, with compact transportable homes popping up in weird and wonderful spots nationwide. Naturally, they need to be moved to site and into position, and a handful of specialist movers have entered the scene in recent years, although we're not sure that any of the others have the same level of on-road equipment as Tiara's tiny towing solutions. Today, the business operates 4 trucks with a fleet of specialist trailers and is well on its way to completing its 2000th tiny house move. Name a place in New Zealand and there's a high probability you'll find a tiny house there, and it may well have been moved there by Tiny Towing Solutions. This is not your typical trucking job, nor is it a job that you just need a truck for. Having the right tools at your disposal is critical. Like the latest and most specialised unit in the fleet yet, the striking Scania 560R 8x4 crane truck and 2-axle SEC step deck trombone semi-trailer combination. No load or destination site is the same, and owner of Tiny Towing, Angus Hamilton, is big on the attitude of "we'll make it work." We joined the team over 3 moves that gave some insight into how varied the truck's operation is and what the Tiny Towing team may encounter in a day's work. Driver on the Scania is Rob Pettifer, and playing support roles are pilot Nick Smilde and offsider Charlotte Marie, and contract driver Gran Gibb making an appearance in the Tiny Towing Scania P450 XT. It was always clear that having a crane truck would be a huge advantage for the business, and in June 2024, Angus started investigating his options. And with 150mm of air suspension lift and its load transfer feature, the Scania was decided upon. And after a little more research, it was the HMF 9520 knuckle boom crane that was selected and supplied by Ben Prowse at Crane Sales New Zealand Matamata for the build, while the task of making it all work on the 8x4 chassis fell to Mike Gurnett and the team at Truck Mounted in Waipawa. We find that the HMF is very compact as well for what it is, and it lifts well. Some of the heavy buildings are 10 or 11 tonne, and most of the time we're only sitting at 80% of the crane's capacity. Lifting them onto the trailer, stability is also good, says Angus. When it came time to speccing and building the trailer, Angus has had a strong relationship with Grant Colbrand at SEC Group in Invercargill, and he was commissioned to build the unit that encompassed learnings from previous builds and other operators. Among its many features are electronic steering on both axles, 150mm of lift on its airbags, a 9-metre deck and an 800mm deck height, as well as the ability to trombone out to 12.5 metres, and it also has a half-metre hydraulic extension at the rear. Every trailer SEC does for us just gets better and better, says Angus. The Semi runs a 15-tonne axle set rating and is permitted to go to 18 tonne if needed. The combination runs a 41-tonne GCW, but is again permitted to go to 44.8 tonne with the 2-axle trailer. The 560R is fitted with Scania's new 13-litre super engine and G33 OptiCruise overdrive transmission, and it sits at the top of the 13-litre super range and offers an incredibly accessible power band with the power peak beginning at 1400 RPM. It steps into Scania's 16-litre V8 territory and betters the standard 13 litres outputs, all the while delivering claimed fuel savings of up to 8%. And virtually fresh out of the box, Rob's truck is already returning 2.4 kilometres per litre fuel consumption. And the Super pulls with a throatiness that would make its V8 siblings proud. And the G33 offers up some of the quickest, smoothest shifts we've ever experienced. I love the 560, nothing wrong with it, says Rob. It offers ample horsepower for what we can't, which is never heavier than 12 tonne at the best of times. Yeah, I'm more than happy with the truck, and it's incredibly economical, especially once you get out on the open road. Rob also reckons that the HMF is among the best cranes he's ever used. This is a step ahead, he says. We've got a clear boom on this crane, which is a great thing when you have to get it up against something and it's in a tight, confined space. Another handy feature is the remote with a 4.3-inch colour screen, which shows the current crane situation in real time across 6 different displays. It's a bit different to the old days when you used to stand beside the truck and work by feel, says Rob. Angus's approach of starting small and progressively building up to bigger and better equipment and ensuring that the equipment is the right stuff for the job, as he's learnt what works best over the years, has clearly paid off. And that goes for putting the 560 on the road too, knowing what his operation needs and also observing what doesn't work for others. Finding the right suppliers in Scania and Crane Sales New Zealand, and the right equipment in the 560R and the HMF 9520, and also the right engineer to build it in Truck Mounted Limited. has resulted in a build that covers all the bases to the finest detail. Combine all that with the very tidy job by the SEC team in Invercargill on the trailer, it's an impressive combination built for the job at hand. To read the full story on the new Scania and SEC combination for the tiny towing team of Te Araha, then catch a copy of our June 2025 issue of New Zealand Trucking Magazine, or subscribe to our digital platform and view the entire feature there. See the links below. Also remember to hit those thumbs up and subscribe buttons right now to be notified of fresh content as we upload it for you. From all of us here at New Zealand Trucking Media, thanks for watching, have a fantastic month out there and travel safe.